Episode 2, part 2. So Cali has said to Tasiki, like, yeah, I know you got respect. You wouldn't sneak me. And Tasiki was like, no, I wouldn't sneak you. I will make you square up. Like, don't get it twisted. Because once again, Cali, you bringing up somebody's name who's not saying nothing to you. So Callie's in her confessional playing her victim role, saying that, she doesn't understand why she's always the black sheep in every situation, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now Mariah goes up to Bianca, like, y'all got to squash it. Then she goes up to Sapphire, and I guess she see that Sapphire is still, like, it's hot. So she like, yo, do you want to get your one with her? Like, what's going on? And Sapphire like, yeah, she snuck me. Now, it to me felt like they could have just fought right here and then ended it. But Bianca chose to spit. So now it's time for y'all to fight. You doing all this throwing shoes. Like, just doing too much. Then you spit, and now when it's time for y'all to fight, at first when you were squaring up, you had your hands balled, like you had them in a fist. But then when you went to swing, Bianca, I saw you open your hand. Like, who fights like that? You don't open your hand when you swing. You're supposed to keep your fist. And like I said, it's like Bianca didn't hear nothing Mariah Lynn had said. And of course, Mariah was in her confessional like, I hate that Bianca just spit. But I do respect that she said, I'm not going to say nothing to her about it now. I'm going to say something to her about it in private. Because she could have been like, yo, Bianca, why did you do that? But at least she didn't do that. So at least Mariah has some type of realness and decency about herself right there. And you got lucky, Bianca, because like I said, you had that open hand, and Sapphire almost caught you twice. If y'all watching the show, listen to the music when they swinging. They literally put the music where it's like, when Sapphire almost caught you twice, if she would have caught you with those two, it would have been over, babe. So Sapphire showed the pops out of place. She's still trying to fight. Bianca still throwing stuff, kicking, like acting like she's trying to get through security. Maybe she was really trying to get through security, but it's just like, girl, doing all that extra shit ain't doing nothing. Now, before I say all of this, let me give y'all some background. Meatball is an influencer on social media. She has a brand called Ain't Nothing. It was some beanies and some hoodies, I think. Last season, multiple of the baddies wore her stuff. Meatball, Cali, and Bianca are not audition girls. They're influencers. So they did not have an audition. They probably didn't meet each other until today, when we are seeing this being filmed, when they walked in together. They probably met a couple hours before that. So I don't know why people are expecting for Meatball to come in there and pick a side. She basically said she wasn't picking no sides. But y'all damn sure can't be expecting her to go against the people who've been supporting her and the people who she's clearly already been in contact with because she didn't audition to get on the show, which means she's already had conversations with Natalie. She's never met Cali until today. And Cali comes in beefing with the whole house and then trying to play victim about it. So Meat is standing there and basically saying, all this time we ain't getting no food. Just standing there like, what's going on? Callie's like, Meatball, you see they try to attack me. I'm the biggest bitch. Now, at first I couldn't hear it, but I did turn my TV all the way up. And Meatball basically said, bro, it looked like you beefing with the whole house. And she had her hand out, which is basically saying like, bro, chill. Like, it's the first day. And it looked like you beefing with the whole house. What's going on? Callie like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You a follower too? Like, no. She's trying to tell you, you need to calm the fuck down. And for me, I know I would have probably been the same way. If I just met you today and I already been in conversations with these girls, but I don't really know them either, and I come in and y'all beefing, I'm just going to be standing there confused. If you call me talking to me and you still been going off for 20, 30 minutes, Natalie already done left. I'm going to tell you, yeah, you need to calm down. If you decide to take that upon yourself and turn it on me and say, oh, are you a follower too? I'm going to buck up because now you disrespecting me. Talking about they was ganging up on her out of nowhere. Nobody wasn't ganging up on you out of nowhere, Callie. When you walked in there, nobody was talking to you. Bianca and Sapphire was fighting and nobody wasn't paying you no attention. You had to put the attention on yourself and walk over to Natalie. So Meat and Callie are arguing and Scotty walks over with Meatball and basically Meatball is like, she gonna get beat up by everybody this season, and she laughing and she not wrong because it's like, girl, you coming in doing way too much. Like, you don't even know these people. This the first impression you want to have. And it would be different if she was on some New York shit. Like, Flavor of Love New York. Like, if she coming in and she know she want to be the villain and she don't care, that's one thing. But don't be in your confessionals like, oh, I'm the black sheep. People bullying me. People ganging up on me. No, I'm not with none of that bullshit. So she throws water at Meatball and Scotty. And Scotty picks the water up and throws it back at her. Then we got Jayla sitting over there with Tasiki and Sapphire talking about, I'm hitting her before we leave. Didn't do nothing. And then they leave. So next scene, we see Natalie at her hotel with Sapphire, Aubrey, Scotty, and Jayla. So Aubrey was like, who is she? I didn't even get a proper introduction talking about Callie. So Natalie was like, oh, she's Blueface's sister. Aubrey gonna say, you talking about the Blue Man Group from Las Vegas? Like, girl, what? I feel like Aubrey left her urban side when she left Diddy and Danity Kane. She don't know what's going on in our world. But for the most part, this scene was just a bunch of yapping. Jayla saying that her and Biggie gonna go every day until she done because Biggie should have never said she was gonna smack her. And Sapphire basically saying her and Bianca gonna go every day because Bianca spit on her. Now, Sapphire, I get, once you spit on me, it's no going back. Jayla, she said she was going to smack you. Y'all already fought. You probably feel like she kind of got the best of you, so you want to fight again. But for you to keep saying you want to fight every day, it's kind of ridiculous. And Aubrey said chicken noodle soup with some spit on the side. And that's how I know y'all not really like that, a lot of y'all, because honestly, it's like if somebody ever spit on me, like that never happened for somebody to spit on me or try to spit on me. But less has happened, and I've reacted crazier than the way I see y'all reacting. If somebody spit on me, I'm going to try to end them. Y'all not doing that. So it's like, what? Okay, so we see Tasiki and Biggie meeting up. I was loving Biggie's hair. Yes, for the bang. And Tasiki is funny, but she's so real. Because remember when Biggie fought Rolly at the reunion and she was like, Biggie, what the fuck did I tell you? Because Biggie wasn't keeping her head up. She told Biggie, Jayla know to keep her head up. But I'm proud of you because you kept your head up. And that's the same thing I basically said last week. I'm proud of you, Biggie. I don't like neither one of them, Biggie or Jayla. But I'm proud of Biggie for like standing up for herself and actually doing her right in the fight. And for y'all to see that Jayla is so overhyped. So Tasiki tells Biggie, like, I want you to give me the chain back. At first, Biggie is saying, no, why do I have to? But she gives it back. Now, I knew that she was going to give it back to Tasiki because Tasiki said she ain't like it from the beginning that she took the chain when it first happened. And if somebody else would have asked Biggie, I could see her getting crazy with them. But Tasiki asking her, no, she's not going to get crazy. Tasiki is damn near Biggie's trainer. And Biggie's getting a little bit too big for her britches. What makes people valuable to Natalie and the Baddies brand is really being able to fight and being able to bring in views based off of your fights. So for that reason alone, Jayla will always have a seat because she had the fight with Rolly and everybody feels like she's the only person who really handled Rolly. And that's what made everybody feel like she could fight so good. Also, Jayla is an original Bad Girls Club member. So she will always have a seat at the table if she wants it. I think that Biggie has that confused. And she acts like she don't get that, but I know she does because you low-key a fan of all of these girls. You a fan of Natalie. That's why you want her to like you so bad. You just said you was a fan of the Claremont twins last week, which told me that you probably a fan of Jayla because they was a trio on Bad Girls Club. You a fan of these girls. So if you look up to them and you grew up watching them, how you feel like you got a seat at the table before them? That's a little crazy and delusional. So Bianca and Mariah walk over to Tasiki and Biggie, and basically Bianca starts talking and is like, oh, I'm standing on business for my friend. I don't care. Like, girl. Then go and say in your confessional, I'm riding for Mariah, even if she's not riding for herself. You know how stupid you sound? How you riding for somebody who's not riding for themselves? And this is why Tasiki is still my favorite person on Baddies, because she's the only person who seems to have some sort of a level head, for the most part. And she basically said, I understand that you have your friend and you want to have your friend back. But if your friend tell you I squash shit with somebody, you don't have to like them because of I get it. You saw some shit, you feel like they jumped on her, whatever. You ain't like it. You don't got to like the girl. But if you going to come and be around and Mariah choosing to be cool with her, just don't deal with her. But to still want to fight is like, you doing too much. Your friend said it ain't no beef. So now you making your own beef where it ain't no beef no more. So it's time for them to get on the plane. So, of course, they doing it separately. So the jet is Natalie, Aubrey, Scotty, Jayla, and the Claremont twins. And Sapphire. So for now, based on what I saw on this first appearance, I think the Claremont twins are going to make for a good time on the show. They'll be a good addition for their special appearances. So the girls are on the plane, or the jet. Sorry, let me say that. The PJ. Flying to Barbados. So, of course, you know Natalie. It's baddie, shot o'clock. All right, so we'll be back for part 3. I'll have it up soon.